Earbuds are everywhere, and when we heard Scott's mini tirade, we all immediately agreed with the woeful lack of PauseBuds, and so we set off to correct that problem. Our first step was trying to make sure we weren't alone in wanting this product. So we created a survey and passed it out to college-aged men and women. Our results unanimously declared that people waste their time removing their headphones and pausing the music or pulling the plug from the music player all the time. Automating this process was sure to be a great idea. We talked about using a lot of sensors to detect the state of the earphone, from temperature, capacitive, sound, proximity, and more. We'd almost stumbled on the perfect solution, a tandem of 3 temperature sensors, one for each ear and one to measure ambient temperature. This solves the problem of a false positive whenever the temperature outside happens to match the temperature inside a person's ear, but introduces the problem of a false negative whenever the person outside happens to match the temperature inside a person's ear. The next step was talking to our phone. Headphones traditionally use a 3.5mm jack to connect to music players, and these jacks are traditionally known as TRS jacks. TRS stands for tip, ring, sleeve, indicating that they have 3 connections, left channel, right channel, and ground. Smartphones, however, introduce TRRS jacks. As one might expect, this stands for tip, ring, sleeve, which meant they added in an extra line, the mic. Not satisfied to simply introduce the power to speak to your phone through your headphones, some innovative engineers figured out that they could interpret certain ohmic values from the mic line as certain directives. For instance, a super high ohmic value simply meant you were going through the mic, and a 0 ohmic value toggles pause play. So all we had to do was put a relay in where you'd normally find a button, and then control it based on temperature readings. Voila, our Arduino-based prototype solution to the problem. Here's the relay, here's our temperature sensor, and here's our TRRS cable. Put it all together and we have a working prototype. Stick the thermistor in your ear, watch the temperature rise above 85, your music starts playing. And of course, it'll work when you pull it out of your ear as well. Now, we still have the false negative that 3 temperature sensors create. But while pondering this last hurdle, weighing the idea of adding another sensor to take care of this edge case, we heard of a kind of sensor that would solve all our problems. Heart rate. Those little clips they put in your finger at the doctor's office to measure your heart rate work by sending an IR signal at your finger and measuring the refracting light as it changes based on the translucence of your skin, which changes whenever your heart beats. We imagine the same changes in translucence can be measured from the ear, although we will need to get our hands on one of these sensors before we know where on the ear and how effectively it can be measured. So that's where our project stands right now. We can talk to our phone, albeit very basically. We still have some kinks to work out, and we want to try a sensor we'd only heard about very recently. And of course, weaning it off of Arduino and into its own box. But we hope to one day tell Scott he can listen to his music and talk to his friends, all without pulling his phone out of his pocket.